with the way things are going currently, we just might be at that just so ever incredible tipping point. And if you want to know more about where we're at today, make sure you stay tuned with me right to the very end, because I have an incredible amount of information to share with you, especially sharing with you. Obviously, you guys love this video. So really, the crypto crash is not what you think. Let us go and take a delve into exactly what it could potentially be. Make sure you are subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community, and thank you for being here with me, and let's delve right in. First things first, Ethereum key stakeholders still accumulating as retail confidence wavers after the dip. Now, the interesting thing here is that since we've been capitulating here on Ethereum, we can see that there has been a massive buy that has come through, which tells us actually the whales and whomever is purchasing Ethereum are doing it OTC, which means that the exchanges won't be affected, and hence why prices don't go up. So people are accumulating, institutions are accumulating Ethereum. There really is a bullish, massive bullish confidence and sentiment ahead of us. An update also is that we have digital asset products saw about $1.9 billion in inflows last week, pushing 2024 total record to about $13.2 billion and led by BTC and ETH. Check this out. Look at where we're at. Okay. Boom. Look at the flow we've had here. Look at the flow we've had here. Biggest inflow since this little area right here. Okay. Not only that, but an insight into the crypto market capitulation happens when investors collectively give up, triggering panic selling and sharp price drops. It often signals the final stage of a downtrend, and could a reversal be next week? So price drop equals a 10 to 20% correction, a 30 to 70% or more capitulation. Investor behavior is profit taking and cautious selling, panic selling and loss cutting. Sentiment is bearish but rational. Extreme fear and hopelessness. Recovery is gradual and or continued decline, often followed by a sharp rebound. Now make sure you stay tuned, because we have so much to share with you. Recovery. As I previously mentioned in my video here, I will leave that pinned in the cards above you. There is a possibility that Fed Chair Jerome Powell may not do the next interest rate decision or lower it. So you can see here that June 18th, which is Wednesday, we will potentially see that. Now, this, according to Polymarket users, predict 97.5% chance that the Fed will not make any rate cut changes this Wednesday. From here, the next one is July 30 and September 17th. We don't have really much more time. If they hold the rates still currently, we're going to break the market. The market is going to struggle. So do we see a decrease? I'd love to know what your thoughts are down below. I did show you in that video, my previous video, that there is a potential that the Fed, Jerome Powell, has announced that he will be making cuts at the next meeting, which is this week. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. But Mr. Microsaylor Strategy has now got $61.17 billion in Bitcoin. That's 582,000 odd Bitcoin. And all of these dots are the accumulation. I don't know why they didn't accumulate much down here. But the one thing that Mr. Michael Saylor always said, I will buy the top forever. Look how much of the top he bought here. Look how much here. Look how much here. Look how much he's buying here. Saylor is addicted to the orange pill. And you should be too. The latest Glassnode Bitcoin current cycle is similarly to the past ones, despite a much larger market cap. So 2015 to 2018 is the blue. Okay, we had this 1,076 pump. 2018 to 22, we had 1,007%. And currently we are owned at 22 plus cycle is at 656%, We're not anywhere near those highs. We haven't actually had this pump. Where are we going next? Considering we have 93% of Bitcoin that has been mined with about 1.4 million BTC left. Lost coins and slowing issuance schedule are tightening the available supply. So this is the monetary base increasing, and currently we're somewhere around here, right? We have all of this to still go. The emission rate is decreasing absolutely drastically. What is that telling us, my friends? The one thing that you can know is that you can never go wrong with Bitcoin. That's all. Really? We hit the top, the 618, pull back, bear market, consolidate, parabola. Hit the 618, pull back, consolidation, parabola, bear market. Hit the 618, break through it, consolidation, and parabola. Okay, how interesting is this? And here is the V-shaped recovery that we're busy speaking about. Ethereum is currently faked out of this very much support zone here, and we are currently busy breaking up beyond that. We are looking for a V-shaped recovery. That V-shaped recovery will have a little pit stop above here in a moment, because look at all the highs at that point. I will show you on the charts in a moment, so stay with me. Could we see Ethereum pumping 7,500, 10,000, 15,000? I'd love to know your thoughts about Ethereum down in the comments below. Because right now, in 2017, we hit a total of $760 billion in market cap before we hit a peak. Then bear market, capitulation, parabola, in $3 trillion. So we've more than 4x'd here. Why would we not do the same here? 2020 peak, 2021 peak, boom, bull market, parabola, capitulation, parabola. 10 trillion. I have said for so long we could see the total market cap in between 10 to 12 trillion as a realistic level. But honestly, we could even see up to 20 trillion. Although I don't think the 20 trillion could possibly come right now at this moment. One thing you do need to note is that we are possibly forming a head and shoulders pattern. Shoulder, head, get up here, pull back, potential shoulder. We're going higher. And if that has to be the target out of there, we're going for $1 million, my friend. We're going for $1 million plus. Okay. Bitcoin is absolutely ready for a massive touch. Touch on the red, pull back to the green. Touch on the green, smash up to the red. Pull back to green, pump up to the red. Pull back to the green, pumping up. Could we hit 400, 500, 300? Who knows? I don't know. But my personal target, as you all know in my community, is $300,000 by October 25th, 2025. Anything beyond that is absolutely amazing. However, I'm not sure. There's so many different answers out there. I'd love to know what yours is. Let me know down in the comments below. Here's another reason. Vietnam just legalized Bitcoin and crypto under a new law. It is happening. Adoption is happening all around the world faster than you can think. And if you don't have any Bitcoin, you're going to be left not even off the gravy train. You're going to be left at the station, or possibly left getting to the station. My friends, get yourself some Bitcoin. Use my Bybit link down below. Get yourself up to $30,000 deposit bonus. And let's make money together. Buy the assets, buy Bitcoin, and pull it off into your hardware wallet. There is also a link down in the description of the video for the Ledger wallet. Breaking news about Japan's MetaPlanet X MicroStrategy Japan issues a 30 billion yen or 190 million to buy Bitcoin. Massive institutional adoption continues. That's an estimated about 1,800 odd Bitcoin right now. Where do you think all of this Bitcoin's coming from? Because I'm not selling it to them. Are you selling it to them? I don't know who's selling it to them. But honestly, I don't care. As long as I'm accumulating my Bitcoin and securing my future, my family's future, you should be too. No financial advice, of course. I'm just sharing with you what it is that I'm doing, and I will show you more. Now, again, Michael Saylor has bought $1 billion or intends on buying $1 billion more of Bitcoin. It is coming. That will give them an 850 odd more Bitcoin. My friends, sorry, 8,500 more Bitcoin. Not 850, 8,500. Who's selling it to them? Why is the price of Bitcoin not flying through the roof? You have no idea, because when you're buying Bitcoin and these cryptos OTC, it doesn't make the market move. Only the news really makes the market move. And when the supply and demand liquidity crunch comes in with Bitcoin and the money printers turn on and the Fed lowers the interest rates, we are going to see absolutely insane prices for Bitcoin and crypto and altcoins. And here's why. First of all, it's taken twice as long as previous cycles. We hit a peak, okay, we pull back. Somewhat at the bottom, that told us where we were at the bottom. Boom. This is where you actually wanted to buy. Boom. That was the bottom of the market. This is where you wanted to buy. Boom. Look at that. Boom. Pull back. Pull back. Okay. Still, this is the bottom. The blue is the bottom. The blue is the bottom. The red is telling you actually where to buy altcoins. Really, that is the truth. It's telling you where to buy altcoins. But the parabola is coming in like absolute crazy right now, my friends. You can see here, we're at the red. The red tells us we're going up. So we've had the most amount of time of accumulation here on Bitcoin. This is taking forever. And that's why potentially the 4-year cycles might not apply on this cycle, my friends. But only time will tell. The third altcoin season is about to absolutely blitz up, okay? Accumulation, first altcoin season, boom! Altcoin cycle top, bear market, boom, bottom, accumulate. Second, boom, top, pullback, bottom, pump. Okay, this is the first little pump that you see in altcoins. This is the little pump that you see in altcoins. It pumps a little bit. That's all it has to do. That's the first pump. So we've seen some major pumps already, but we have not yet had the real altcoin season. When the real altcoin season comes, wait, I'm about to show you how far we can actually go. But before I do that, your liquidity index, okay? Look at where we're at on the MACD. We haven't even come out. The MACD is still coming through. This is on the monthly. Just remember, have a look at where we're at. We really haven't done anything with the vertical on the liquid index, okay? We really haven't gone very far. Altcoin season number 3 is on the way. It may seem like it's getting smaller, okay? But really, this went from about 3 billion to about 760 billion. That's a good amount of return. Just hold on one moment. I'm going to show you in a short little moment what those potential gains may look like for us in this cycle. Because even though the global M2 is pointing at 160K by year-end target for Bitcoin, I don't know. I don't know how accurate that is. I'll play around with it with you in a short little moment and we'll see. But the real war isn't all about Israel and Iran specifically blowing up things with their nuclear weapons. Yes, of course, we don't want that. Okay, of course, that's not what I'm saying. We don't want any of that noise and that rubbish and anything like that to start to happen or innocent lives to be lost because of egos. And here's why I'm going to say it's because of egos, okay? This is a race and a war that really no one is talking about. The two fire powers, the two biggest nation states in the whole world, the United States and China, 198,000 Bitcoin and 190,000 Bitcoin. Are you very much aware that those are third and fourth position in this world right now? And here's why. The real war is unfolding before our very eyes for Bitcoin to accumulate the most amount of Bitcoin out of all of these nation states. Let's have a look here. Because Iran and Israel own much more Bitcoin than what China and Israel do. And the US do. Iran is leading that with 240, and Israel's not far behind with 213,500. So my friends, The war isn't really about anything else other than who is the leader to the next superpower, okay, of the world. Is it going to be China, America? Is it going to be Iran, Israel? What does the book of Revelations tell us? I'm not going to share that with you. Go find out for yourselves. But essentially, it's speaking about Islam or Muslim and Jewish or Hebrew. Okay, Hebrew is the language and the writing. But really, my friends, you don't want to be messing around here. Accumulate your Bitcoin. Because between the four of them, they own 1 million of the Bitcoin. Then you have MicroStrategy, who owns another 500, 600, nearly 600,000 of that. You have BlackRock that owns more than that, about 600,000. So you're already 2.2, 2.4 million Bitcoin down. That's excluding Tesla and Fidelity and all the others and myself and you. How much Bitcoin is there? Okay. Because if you have been watching my channel, you would have seen that the trap we are currently experiencing, okay, is all lip service. And all lip service that is busy happening is to distract you out of accumulating Bitcoin. Being fear-mongering right now. Okay, this is the real war that is actually busy happening right now, my friends. And here within lies your answer to make the absolute most gains you could have ever in your entire life. Sell all of your altcoins and buy Bitcoin again. Okay, June 16, BTC will lose dominance. June 16, BTC will lose dominance, which it has done. I'm going to show you in a moment. First alts will explode up to 100x. Now it's your last chance to make 100,000 from $100. It really is super easy. And here's whatever. Don't listen to that list, please. I don't know if this is for real. Don't listen to that list. But the first altcoin cycle was 982%. Then we sat for 1,453 days. The next one was 1,239%. We then sat for 1,492 days. So let's round it off to 1,475 days. Okay, we'll come back to that now. The next cycle could be bringing us a potential of 3,200, 3,193, 3,200%. I have previously said to all my community for years now that we could see between 4.5 to $8 trillion in altcoin market cap. That is excluding everything else, my friends. Okay, which means really we could be seeing much higher Bitcoin prices. If Bitcoin could potentially go up to 5-6 trillion on its own, and Ethereum maybe 1.5 trillion, Solana maybe $1 trillion. Who actually knows, my friends? We could be seeing some of the craziest crypto cycle that we've ever seen. The most amount of money will be made. $100 can be converted into $100,000 without a doubt. Be positioned. Use my links down below. Buy yourself. Get yourself some deposits. Buy yourself some crypto. Now, the one thing that I need to point out here to you is it's telling us when the end of the cycle happens, you need to wait about 1,500 days. So an estimated 4.5 to 5 years to actually reinvest back into altcoins. That is the only time you should be reinvesting back into altcoin. The rest of the time you should really be sitting in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable coins. That is the truth, my friends. You need to know what in this market currently has value. And the only two that have got ETFs is Bitcoin and Ethereum. None of the others have ETFs. There's only been lip service again about XRP and Solana and all the others potentially getting ETFs. None of it's happened just yet. Okay, so until it does happen, you will know when those become valuable assets going forward, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, and the volatility will eventually fade away. But so, my friends, the bull rally is about to explode. This chart says potentially 600K. I don't know. I really have no idea. There are so many answers. Minus 300. This dude is 600K. So many say 750, a million. I don't know. But whatever it is, it will be. Okay. And just remember the one rule in crypto. it's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market. And so, my friends, let's go and have a look at my trades. Okay, so you can see in my video, if you watched my video yesterday and the day before, I told you it was a trap. It's a noise. We know what happened. They flushed us out. I showed you that on the Ethereum chart. Look at this hard manipulation of sell. This is real buying. People are buying here. People like you and me are buying, and then we get stopped out of the market. It is what it is. Don't be fearful. Fight back. Get back in. Okay? Take less risk if you need to. Okay? Do what makes you feel good. But here is the most important thing here. I never gave up. Say I think is going up. Sui is going up. Okay? I bought here. We got stopped out here. I try to buy. The saying goes, don't catch falling knives. Of course, we didn't expect to see this. When this candle was here, I thought, cool, we're at a level. We're going to maybe bounce off of this level. Well, my friends, boom, they manipulated, they twisted the market, and they sold out. So I got stopped out, but I didn't give up. I bought straight back in. I'm in the market. I'm in profit right now. And because I got taught a lesson here, once again, we can all fail. That's why there's professional traders out there. I cannot claim to be a professional trader, but I can claim to have nearly 20 years of trading knowledge, okay? And the simple behind the trading knowledge is the trends tell you everything. The trends don't lie. And so here is the resistance points within this downward sloping channel. We hit a bottom here again. We're probably coming back up. Look at the level I'm taking profit at this point, because there is still down sloping resistance. If we get up there and we take the profit, cool, my friends, I've made money now. It can pull back. I will re-enter in somewhat at a similar point, okay? But the likelihood is we break out of this channel eventually, and then we pull back, and then that's another buying opportunity. So take the trade at the bottom of the channel, to the top side, to the top side, to the top side, to the top side. Take the profit on the way down, okay? You can even short it if you really like. But the truth is, okay, you take your profits and you reinvest your profits. So if you lost $10 here and you now took a $10 trade and it's 15x and you make $150 here, okay, for a 10% move, okay, that is phenomenal. My friends, do you see what it is that I'm saying? Some you will win and some you will lose. You don't win every trade. And that's why I'm not embarrassed to tell you that I can lose trades. But all of my trades currently are in profit. My SAY is in profit. My Ethereum is in profit. My BTC is in profit. And my XRP is in profit. And look at the value I've placed on all of these trades. I will continue to trade here, make some more money, and trade together. So let's go and have a squiz here. The Bitcoin chart is busy breaking out right now, okay? We're finding very strong support. We're breaking back up above the 10 moving average. We pulled back up. This was a fake out and this was a fake out. We found support here. Our next move is up to the 125 to 130K, as I keep pointing out. Now, Ethereum in itself is doing the same thing. Hard fake out, very hard rejection, finding support here. Next move, breakthrough, pulls us up to about $3,500 on Ethereum. Once we hit $3,500, that's probably where we pull back, okay, because that's the all-time high up there, $4,107. We pull back and then make the next move to the upside. The same thing with the crypto total market cap. Look at where we're at right now. Just like I pointed out to you, we're at these two candles of this punch up here, okay? The next move breaks us up to this high here. Look at this. This takes us up to the all-time high. My friends, you have no idea. Cool, we can break through, pull up, sit here, pull back here, then punch up. We are getting ready to explode. And honestly, by the 12th of July, that is probably the last opportunity that you actually have to buy altcoins in the cycle. That's the last opportunity I would take to buy altcoins in the cycle, because beyond that, your risk to reward becomes way less than where we're at right now if you had purchased and been the one that got in early. Okay, and here is another reason why. Bitcoin, in this bearish pattern, okay, fake out for a V-shaped recovery, okay, is currently sitting on the 10 moving average. Look at how it hits the bottom, hits the top, hits the bottom, hits the top. Right now, we were rejected yesterday, and we're being rejected today. The MACD, the stochastic and the MACD are telling us that we've got bearish momentum. The next move down is here at 63.2%, and down beyond that is at about 61.7%. And that brings us to a very solid foundation here of support. I'm going to be very honest with you. At that point, take some profits, my friend, is all I'm saying. Because if Bitcoin, for some reason, bounces on the 200 at support and has a major rally up to 72%, altcoins will die. Okay, they will die. Well, they'll pump for a moment because Bitcoin's pumping. Okay, but the real pump comes, they kind of sit while Bitcoin makes the pump. Okay, I'm just forewarning you that there is so much that could happen right now. But yes, the signs are there that the altcoin season is coming up. And if you want to know more, stay subscribed to the Crypto Bliss community. And I truly appreciate you being here with me, as always. Once again, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.